No, he's not.
Yeah, you got. Yeah.
I did actually.
I'm gonna bend these barbs down.
Yeah.
All right, I'm bending the barbs down, guys. So that means if you drop the rod, you listen to me, guys?
Sure.
I'm bending these barbs down. So that means if you drop the rod tip while you're fighting, if you allow any slack at all, he's coming off. So keep your lines tight. All right. All right, Trey, let's see your rig here. All right, so we got herring, barbless hook. We bend the barb down so you can see that we have to hook the baits a little deeper into the head, otherwise they'll come right off. Now your regular old 3-4 foot leader, 1 ounce weight. That's it. We're an 18 foot. And she's just gonna let out about 19 foot of line. That's it. You just want to be straight up and down on these fish with this weight drifting. This is for numbers. If you want to get a big female, you're better off going up into a cut, something like that, and where you're a little out of the current. Put a big chunk on the bottom. You used to be able to catch the river herring up in here and use the big river herring for bait, but they're protected now. I can't use a river herring. I'm not sure if they're still protected, but I think they are. But I know you can't use them for bait. You can't catch them out of here, so we had to catch our own bait. These are just herring, owlwives, and some bluebacks. We netted out of the lake. Now you can see the traffic. If you come here, be prepared to share the river. Okay, a lot of people are asking if I use my live wells here in fresh water, and I do. These are herring. I picked these up at a lake that was about, I don't know, about 3 hours away, and I just set it to recirculate the blue valve and on the road, because we trailered it here 3 hours. Half of them back there and half of them over here. They did well on the highway. She is hooked up. She's a freak. She's a freak. These are very, very healthy, very wild, very strong fish. Barbless hook.
Hey, sweetheart. We're gonna let you go.
What's that for you, Trey? 5?
Yes, that's 5.
Got me, Kristen. Oh yeah, she's a monster. Nice.
Here, baby.
Just bring the rod tip to me. Rod tip high.
Bye, baby.
See ya. Tripled up. Tripled up. It's a triple. Triple.
Oh, I think I'm in Malcolm.
Triple, double, no.
I might be.
Double.
You are. Thanks.
Double. Double. All right, guys, we're out here on a river. I really don't want to tell you exactly where we are because it's pretty dangerous where we are. There's lots of boulders, big rock walls. There's spots where there's big boulders just a few feet under the surface. And depending on if they let a lot of water out, they could be just an inch under the surface or just barely beaking up. So I'd rather not say exactly where I am, but I'm on the Roanoke River. The river runs all the way out to the sound, out to the ocean. It's a very windy, zigzaggy type river. Probably over 100 miles if you run the river by a boat. So you can catch these stripers the entire stretch of this river. But be very careful. If you've never been there before for the first time, go with someone who has. Go with a guide. You can tear your lower unit clean off. I used to guide here a little over 20 years ago, so I know it pretty well. And even I had an accident. So definitely go with someone experienced for your first time if you're going to do this. But this could be some amazing fishing. All these striped bass come up here to spawn from the ocean. Lots of bucks, lots of males up in here. And we're hoping to get the big females that come up in here as well, but I mean, there's probably 1,000 males for every big female. It's really something else how many fish come up in here. It's pretty cool. And you'll see stuff like that all the time. This isn't tournament fishing by any means. You know, we can catch 100 fish in a couple hours with 4 guys with lines in the water, so I'm not in any hurry. We drift the river. You can anchor up and chunk. Probably your bigger fish are gonna come on a chunk on the bottom if you anchor up. Your numbers are gonna come drifting. You'll wanna go with a guide. A great guide is a Ponytail Guide Service. Great friend of mine, look him up. He's been doing this for years and years and years. Ponytail Guide Service, Rod Thomas. He knows his stuff. He knows this river very, very well. Better than almost anyone. Oh, she got a biter. Patience, patience. Yeah, she feeds the fish. She feels it working. She'll let the rod tip go down to the water. Remember, with that braid, they feel you just as well as you feel them. All right? Chasing the bait, chasing the bait. She'll let it take the rod tip down. It's feeding the fish. Patience. Buttoned up.
Come on, baby. Come on.
Pretty fish, huh? Those bucks.
Carol basking. Carol.
All right. Buttoned up. We're catching them the whole stretch now. We were catching them just in that one spot. Good job. Crank him, Jonathan. Crank him.
Hey!
Oh, crank him in, boy. Crank him in. Crank him in. Hurry up, we're coming to the rocks.
Hurry up!
Reel him in, Jonathan. Crank him in. Crank. 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 Stop pulling. Stop pulling and just crank. Crank.
Keep doing it.
Keep cranking.
Don't stop for feet. But it's not down. Just keep doing
cranking.
it.
Keep cranking.
Keep going.
Pull this way. You gotta pull the opposite way. He's pulling you. That's it. Now crank. Michael, don't drop yours yet.
I love that drag.
Got it. Oh. Watch your rod, Dad. You want to right your... Pull up.
Pull up. Oh. Nothing.
Some zucchini here. Swing it to me. All right, you can see with these heavier leaders, circle hook, you can just go ahead and lift them right in. If you can keep the fish from flopping on the deck, that's the best for the fish. It's hooked in the jaw. I just don't want to hook myself. Okay. If he's hooked in the jaw, you see it hooked in the jaw and you have a heavy leader, you just lift these little fish in. If he's got hooked, don't lift them, of course. She's hooked up.
Oh, she ain't allowed.
Lago Grande, yes you do.
You need another catfish, you get a whole fish.
That's right. What is it?
Right.
I think it's called catfish. Can he do it? Set the timer. Set the timer for Malcolm. Cool. Send her back, Malcolm. Good job. Had one on, Kyle?
I did. I lost it.
Oh, there's one, John. There he is. I saw him come up. There he is. Fatty. I got him. Unless you want to do it.
I'm gonna try it.
Okay, go for it.
So,
Nope, yeah. That's it. Perfect. Swim the fish with your...
Tracy got another one.
Tracy's buttoned up. There's number 10. Man, still the biggest ones were the first few fish. Nice. Cool. Turn her loose. Good.
Why do we have to grind the barbs off?
It's just a rule here because there's so many fish being caught. It's just much easier on the fish. You unhook them quicker, get them back in the water fast. In case they do break off or get hooked in the stomach. She's buttoned up. She ain't even saying nothing. Don't reel against the drag now. You still got to pump and take. That's it. Still got to pump and take. Lock that camera. Oh, the camera. What happened to the camera?
Oh.
Camera malfunction. All right, although you saw me net a few fish earlier, if you go with a heavier leader, at least a 20-pound leader, you can just grab the leader and pop them right up. Even though this hook is barbless, or the barbs are bent down, these circle hooks really do grab and hold on. It's crazy. Just make sure if you're out here, you bend your barbs down really good. Anytime you're catching spawning fish. Okay. You underestimate the massive amount of Malcolm's. Whoa, very good.
Oh, you gotta get a chunker, Kyle. You did.
Yeah, big.
The chunker.
It's a.
Oh, I want my bait back.
Yeah, that was a nice, big, beautiful herring. Tree.
That's a fish.
Hooked up. Kyle's hooked up to the tree. Is it good? It's a good fish though, Kyle. There's a fish sitting in that tree. Fish sitting right. Where you going? Get up here to the. Don't let the line hit. You go too far, the line hits the boat, breaks off. All right. Well, how many is that for you, Kyle?
That would be 5. 5.
Uh-oh. Tracy's got 12?
This will be if I can get it in the boat.
These things are just so freaking strong.
Oh, hello there.
Okay, fish got it right in the top lip. Nice heavy leader. Just gonna go ahead and lift it in. Barbless hook. Pretty. Touch. Let's drop her head first. Need a bait, Kyle? There you go, there's one in there. There's 2 in there. Take your pick. All right, Trey. Swing it. What you got there, Kyle?
I got an anchor. Cool.
Good job, Kyle. Visualize and attack. Good job, Kyle. Send her back. Kyle got himself one. Nice. Hey, a little guy.
My bait.
In and out. Oh, she's hooked up. Oh.
You want me to do that?
Yeah.
No.
That's a good one.
You thief.
Yep, I was just about to say, when someone misses a fish, you guys better be ready because you know it's not alone. Malcolm, check your bait and get it back down there.
Come here, baby girl.
Nah.
All right, 7 it is.
Yep, she hooked up again.
Mike's helping her cheat.
She don't need any help.
There she is. You want her over there?
Yep.
Come on, baby.
Once you get the touchdown, and I know exactly where to set the bait, it's just deadly.
He didn't swallow it, did he?
No.
We have a jaws, Kyle. That's impressive. Yeah, what do you want me to do with the fish head? Whoop, Malcolm got one.
He's buttoned up. He's buttoned up. Reel yours in. Oh my goodness, Malcolm is hooked up. Could it be?
Once.
Could it be?
Could it?
He's done it. See, you were adjusting it, right? You let more out. It's a good one too. Good one.
Look for half.
All right.
Pretty good one.
Straight up and down. It's a log? Yeah, it's a log. Lago Grande.
How big of a log?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Lago Grande. Yeah, Mike is fishing, so you know it's windy. I only go unless it's blowing 50. Whoa! Kyle's hooked up. Look at the wide stance on Kyle. Kyle ain't playing no games. Look at that.
That spooked me.
Kyle plays no games. Are you catching up to Trey?
This would make 11.
Trey, where are you at?
She's at 15.
I'm right here, she says.
16, my bad. Yeah, it was 16 with that last one.
Kyle's at 11. And he's feeling the flow, riding the bull, feeling it, working it, working it.